Yeah.
But at nighttime, I want to see them wash their face again, because a lot of guys don't wash their face.
Yeah,
I
they
swear to
just
God,
do
I
the
think my
shower.
husband just goes to sleep, and that's that.
Yeah.
But wash your face and then put on a retinoid. I feel like even if you're just using that acid cleanser once or twice a day,
Right.
and you're putting a retinoid on, that's going to help.
Sure.
That's going to help immensely. If you're doing nothing,
Yes, for
you're
sure.
he's gonna start looking like younger and smoother, and they're gonna notice. I know that they act like they don't care, but after a while,
Yeah.
you know, if you were just putting that retinoid on at night and wash them with that, after a few weeks, you'd be like, wow, yeah, that looks good.
Hi there.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. Hey, so now I'm starting off today. So 'cause
Yes.
I got an email, and it was from a man, and we talk about men in men's skincare
Yeah.
and things occasionally, but we don't really focus on
Right.
every guy.
Because skin is skin.
Skin is skin. That's
Right.
the thing. It's like
sure.
they don't need a separate regimen than we do. But
Right.
he was saying that he already uses our products on his face and
Okay.
loves them.
Yeah.
But he was like, well, what about my head, right? I'm balding. What can I do on my head?
yeah.
So I don't know if he was like trying to cure his balding, but
Yeah.
he, you know, he wanted to take care of his head. You know, guys,
Yeah.
when you don't have hair up there, I mean, all the sun damage and things that you get on your face,
Oh, yeah.
you have to do things. So I just thought, yeah, let's talk about that, because we do have, you know, an instance we can talk about hair growth.
Sure.
But, you know, just
Yeah.
skincare on your head in general.
Some guys aren't worried about the hair growth because they're beyond that point.
Right.
You know, I have a bald and beautiful husband myself.
Yep.
And he's not concerned at all about, you know, growing hair any longer. However, you know, we are boaters, and there are some things, you know, that you got to take precautions because that area gets a lot more sun.
It does.
Yeah.
And the hair is not protecting it. And I honestly don't know. That'll be like something to look up to see, like, is this skin at all thinner on the top of your head than it is? You know, maybe like is it like your neck skin or your décolleté
Wow.
skin, or is it
Or like
thicker
forehead skin, 'cause
like your
forehead's
face and
more
forehead? That's something
thicker.
that we should look up.
Yeah.
But, you know, number one is, yeah, you can take care of the skin on your head.
Yeah.
The same as you do your face. And
For
I
sure.
meant, like, that's why I like grabbed this cleanser. I'm thinking, like, yeah, go ahead and
Yeah.
use when you're washing your face, you know, like a revitalizing, it's got 10% glycolic acid in
Yes.
here, or any of our cleansers. But I think it's good to get a little bit of exfoliation on your scalp, you know, clean that. And whether you're trying to
Right.
grow hair or not, because I do have some people, you know, that always ask, like, maybe they have thinning hair,
True.
you know, and they're like, can I use acid cleanser on my scalp to, you know, because they want to, like, make sure everything's all clean, there's no dead skin clogging
sure.
those pores, you know,
Good
suffocating those follicles and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So, yeah, and I don't generally say to use the acid cleansers every day, because that could dry your hair out if you
Right.
have enough hair up there.
True.
But I kind of been telling people, like, once a week.
Yeah.
You can totally, you know, get a good
What about our
get a
body
good
wash?
scrubbing. Well, that's usually what they use,
Yeah,
technically.
when
Yeah,
they're in the
because they're in the shower.
Yeah.
Can I use that on my scalp? Even ladies ask about that too.
Yeah.
But since our focus is men, yeah, you can use the 15% body wash.
Yeah, for sure.
Or that with hair. If you don't have hair, then yeah, absolutely. I was just concerned about that high acid drying out your
yeah,
hair.
That makes sense.
But keeping it nice and smooth. At least let the skin up there be nice and smooth and healthy, right?
It will be. Yes, it will be.
It will be.
So sun protection is super duper important.
Super important. So,
Yeah.
like, a couple things. Obviously, I want to put, like, DNA repair enzymes along with that,
for
right?
sure.
Because, you know, we know that DNA repair enzymes help to prevent,
Yes.
you know, all of that damage, and that helps if you're dealing with hyperpigmentation, all those kinds of things. So this helps to prevent that damage. This is something you could put on every single day.
Right.
Your prevention also helps with past damages. And then, of course, SPF. And, you know, we've got numerous. Like, if you have a darker tinted skin, we have, you know, the richly tinted flawless, or we have this flawless light. I think this is like my color skin, pretty
Yeah.
light. The richly tinted, that's more like, you know, Middle Eastern, a little bit tan skin.
a
I
little
think
bit darker.
it blends really well on pretty much any skin type, but it's super important. If you don't want the tint, obviously we have, like, the sensitive. This is only a 40,
Right.
But it's still, I mean, that's better than not putting,
Right.
if you're
And
not
that one is
putting sunblock on,
non-tinted.
there's no tint at all in
Yeah,
here,
for
right?
sure.
So this, and it's micronized, so it comes out and it's white. It's not going to be white on your head, right? Once you rub it in, it's fine.
Well, and I use it all the time. So, like, I'll use the different non-tinted and tinted. And as a man, the first thing I notice is you're going to have a white haze.
Okay.
And then it probably takes like 5-10 minutes where it kind of like goes away.
Melts into your
So
skin.
like
Yeah.
you don't see it so prominently. Like,
Right.
You'll put it on, you're like, holy crap, I gotta wash this off.
Yeah.
And it's not that bad.
It
But
absorbs.
But
Yeah,
I
it
did
doesn't
look
stay
it up.
that way.
It's the top of your head is the thickest skin on your body.
Oh,
Stop. Wow.
Or
Interesting.
some of the thickest skins on your body.
I was guessing it might be a little thinner, but so I would, surprisingly, that's cool. Gotta love
That's
the internet.
cool. That's cool.
Okay, so
good
we
to
don't
know.
have to baby it.
Right.
It's okay if you want to wash it with an acid or something like that.
Right. So anything you're putting on your face, you should be putting on your head. Now let's talk about the guys who aren't using a lot of things on their skin, because there's
Yeah.
a lot of wives who'll reach out and they're more concerned about their husband's skin sometimes than their husband's. So we do have the guys that don't use a lot of things.
Yeah, and when they're swiping their wife's stuff, or she's pushing stuff on them.
Yeah.
The main things I always say is like, it's good to wash with one of these acids. Their skin will be nice and smooth. Like we're going to simplify this as much as possible.
Yeah.
And if they don't want to put a moisturizer on, okay, then put the SPF on.
Sure.
Okay, do that.
Yeah.
But at nighttime, I want to see them wash their face again, because a lot of guys don't wash their face.
Yeah,
I
they
swear to
just
God,
do the
I think my
shower.
husband just goes to sleep, and that's that.
Yeah.
But wash your face and then put on a retinoid. I feel like even if you're just using that acid cleanser once or twice a day,
Right.
and you're putting a retinoid on, that's gonna help.
Sure.
That's gonna help immensely. If you're doing nothing,
Yes, for
you're
sure.
he's gonna start looking like younger and smoother, and they're gonna notice. I know that they act like they don't care, but after a while,
Yeah.
if you were just putting that retinoid on at night and washing with that, after a few weeks, you'd be like, "Wow, yeah, that looks good.
Right.
What am I
They
doing?"
get a little glow to their
yeah,
skin.
they don't realize how helpful that is.
I
Now-
would say too, though, I gotta interrupt.
Yeah,
as a
no.
guy.
Yeah.
The vitamin B complex.
Ah.
I am hooked on that stuff. If
That's
I
what
don't
my
have
husband
it.
uses.
And it's like one of those things where it starts to, your skin gets so used to it, and then you aren't quite as greasy anymore. You don't have as much of the haze, like that.
Got
look.
it. Yeah.
So I would say, like, that's also the other product, and it lasts forever.
It's a
It-
good
it lasts so
standard
long.
moisturizer. Yeah.
Easy,
Yeah.
easy 5-6 months.
Well, yeah, because that's a. I know people are like, make the vitamin B in a bigger size. It is a bigger size.
It is.
That is 2 ounces as opposed to every other bottle we have is a 1 ounce.
Right.
So that's already double the size.
Sure.
But yeah, what my husband likes to do, because he likes the vitamin B too, he also likes the emo oil.
Oh,
so he does the vitamin B and then he adds
Cool.
a little bit of emo oil, mixes that together, and
Heck yeah.
that's his thing for his face.
I love it.
He thinks that's everything. And then we have our 3-in-1 cleanser, the one with the scrubby beads, and we have that in our shower. And I know
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what he uses
Yeah.
on his face in the shower. I don't know if he, what else he does, but,
That 3-in-1 cleanser really makes
I
your
like
skin
that.
feel really nice and refreshed.
and I love how it smells.
It does. It smells delicious, and it has a nice, refreshing.
It does. Well,
Yeah.
because there's that mandarin and mint in there. So
Yeah.
it is like almost invigorating feeling.
For real.
Because that was originally when we
Yes.
had like the little men's products in
I
the past.
recall that.
That was our men's cleanser.
Yeah.
And I loved it so much. So we
Back
got
in
rid
the
of
day.
not having a specialty line for men because it's kind of like, men have the same skin we do. They don't need their own line. They
True.
just need to use the products we have.
Right.
But I loved that cleanser so much that we kept it.
For
you
sure.
know,
I
we
remember
turned it into
that.
our basics cleanser.
Absolutely.
And my husband loves it too. He's like, I need more cleanser. That's the one. He doesn't even know what the other ones do, smell like, doesn't care.
Right.
He loves that 3-in-1
That's
cleanser.
his one. So even if they did something like an acid-based cleanser, 3-in-1 cleanser, B complex, I mean,
Yeah.
that's, at least some minimal things. And then if
Yeah.
they added in maybe Cell and Tell,
That would be
really, really good.
This I'm thinking key.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with hyperpigmentation, though. I mean, I guess we need to throw in a little bit of Fade Bright here
True that,
too.
yes,
So if you
yes.
do have a lot of spots, whether probably on your head because you haven't been using sunblock,
it
and B,
happens.
you haven't been using a retinoid at night, or, most of the time,
Yeah.
guarantee you got spots up there.
For sure.
You can use Fade Bright to help fade those spots.
Yes.
But of course, you've got to put SPF on or
Yes.
wear your hat,
Right.
whatever you want
Oh,
to
yeah.
do. A lot of guys love their hats.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially
So,
if
like,
you're going to the beach or you're boating or something. Hats are pretty mandatory if
it's
you're bald.
mandatory. That sun is brutal.
And you
when
still
it's
have to put the
reflecting.
sunscreen on as well.
Yes.
But wear your hat, and eventually, it's going to help a little bit, you
Yeah.
know, but they are more prone to get like pigmentation.
I feel like they are too, because a lot of times they're not
Yeah.
big sunscreen people. They
No.
don't even think about it. They're just like my
No.
husband is as brown as I don't even know.
Yeah,
he
I
is
seen
so
him the other day. He was very tan. Mhm.
I'm like, my gosh, and that's because he's just outside all the
For
time,
sure.
working outside, cutting the grass,
Yes.
he's outside
Yes,
most of the day.
for sure.
So yeah, he is super tan.
Yes.
At least on the parts that are exposed, right?
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't think he puts sunblock on ever. It doesn't matter what I say. You know, right? Everybody's going to do what they want.
Sure.
But if you can get your husband to put sunblock on,
Right.
or if you're watching this, put sunblock on.
Yeah.
Please.
For real.
It's just, I know like wrinkles tend to look more distinguished on a man than they do on a woman.
Yeah.
That's for sure true. I mean,
Of course.
my gosh,
Yeah.
like you see some of the actors that you've seen them since they were in their 20s, and now they're like 80, and you're like Sean Connery or something,
Yeah.
and you're just like, he still looks good.
Still a very
He
distinguished
still looks
looking,
good.
lovely man. Yep.
It's not fair, but you should
Yeah.
still do what you can to
Yeah,
keep
for sure.
looking good as long as you can. So there are a couple things that you can do if you have damage on your face or your
Yes.
head.
Yeah. Peels.
And peels, right? Peels. I was thinking like Jessner
Yeah.
is a real good one to put on your scalp. If you
sure.
have the hyperpigmentation, that tends to be like the greatest one to choose.
I wish I
think.
had that before and after. My husband Tim had a spot. Remember?
That's
I should
right.
look that up in my phone. He had a sunspot
Yes.
on his forehead.
It was a big one.
And it was kind of a big one. It
Yeah.
was like protruding a little bit, and it was kind of in the center of his forehead a little bit. So, of course, the kids heckled him at Christmas one year, and he was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you're in skincare, like, you can't help me with this?" So, yeah, we started getting him on Fade Bright, and I did a couple of Jessner spot treatments, and I'm not kidding you, it was gone. And, like, we had to send photo evidence to the children in the family group text, and they were all like, "Wow, oh my gosh."
Wow, that
Well,
stuff works, Mom.
Yeah, but guess what? When you're out in the sun, it will come back.
Yeah.
And it did. So we're at that point again where I'm like, okay, after, boating season
Summer's
is
over.
we're going to, come to the fall, we're going to get rid of that
We're
spot.
going to do
And
it again.
I'm gonna
And
take-
next time you're
Yes.
going to wear sunblock.
100%, because I'm sure he doesn't wear I mean, when we're
I
on
know.
the boat, yes, but not like on daily when he's out and about doing things, like you said, in the yard and things like that. He's
Yeah.
not
Oh,
wearing
yeah. They don't think about it. Like that's part of like our morning. You
Yeah.
put your moisturizer and whatever on, and then and with your
Sure.
sunblock. That's
Yeah.
just like what I do before I
Right.
leave the bathroom
And a
on
lot of our
any day.
makeups and such have some sunscreen in there as well.
Yeah, but see,
so-
then they're not putting it on,
They
so
don't
they
have
just
that.
don't get that protection. But that's something.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, even if you can just get him to put one thing on after he washes his face, if that's sunblock,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Cool.
Because at least protect his skin.
Okay,
So
let's talk about
obviously,
hair growth, too.
Yeah, what I was gonna say too, we got our exo spot. So if you
Yeah.
hair growth and this kind of go together, we're like kind of gonna talk about needling for a minute. And we have obviously our alchemy set here.
Mm-hmm.
And you can needle your scalp. Now you can needle your scalp for hair growth.
Wow.
For sure, because I know that when I go in to get my hair done, I know she has a needling thing, and she'll needle in, like the exosomes and whatever into your scalp. She goes, "It's really good for hair growth." Well, yeah, duh, we know
Wow.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
I think there's even a brand specifically for that, but we don't need that because we
No.
already have our own human exosomes
Sure,
in our
yes.
EXO-AD. So if you want to encourage more hair growth, we want to use things like exosomes, PDRN,
Right.
hyaluronic, all of that. And obviously the needling itself is stimulating growth.
Right.
And I know we have our picture up here of Johnny. We'll mention him again. He's in our group, on Facebook, our
Right.
Platinum Skincare Guru group. We have tens of thousands of members in there.
Is this his before picture, Darren?
This is
This
his
is his
before
before
Okay,
picture.
It says March 5th, 2026.
Yeah, and he's doing needling, and he was doing the EXO-AD
crazy.
and the PDRN mixed together.
Go back to the first one again.
That one's obviously more of a top shot. But
Right.
More of a
he-
top shot, but you can see the dense.
Yeah, and
The
for him to just
density.
tell us, like, in the group,
And
like,
he's
it's
telling everybody,
so
too.
happy. He's so
He was
elated with his
ecstatic.
results.
And like anybody that mentions anything about it, he always chimes in. Like he's very active.
And you
Be
know,
like,
he
do
looks
this.
like an older gentleman, so obviously he's been. You know,
He looks like he's got some scrubs on, so he's probably even in the medical profession.
yeah, you're very right.
You know,
he's got a stethoscope.
he's
on
got a
his neck.
stethoscope. He could be a doctor. So I think we can probably trust his word that he is being, quite
That's awesome.
proper with how he's doing this. I know that he's not using our alchemy set. I know he has an electric pen, electric needling pen. I don't want to mention names or anything because I don't know which one he's
So
using.
he's been doing the PDRN mixed with the AD powder.
Yes.
Cool.
Of which we have, and that
only
works
2 months.
great.
That's really remarkable.
Yeah, so he's probably doing it every couple of weeks because you can generally needle every couple of weeks. Right. And now that we know that the scalp is, thicker and sturdier, you could probably, you don't have to worry about pushing it like 3-4 weeks. 2 weeks, I think, would be perfect. But that's so amazing. Cool. And you could obviously needle with the EXO-Spot too, or you could add the EXO-Spot in with your exosomes.
Yes.
Like let's say you have spots and you're concerned about the hair growth. Instead of getting the PDRN, you don't have to get PDRN. Let's say you get EXO-Spot and then add the exosomes into that. Swirl that and just needle with that. Obviously, there's combinations that you can do. A lot of times it doesn't even matter what you're doing, but I always feel like adding in the exosomes, like this is in the powder form. This is just pure human adipose exosomes. And these, what does an exosome do? I guess we can mention that for a second. Just think of it as like the general in an army, as like telling everybody what to do. Okay, grow hair, stimulate more, growth, more follicle, thicker, denser, whatever. I don't know exactly what he's saying.
It instructs your
but it
cells
instructs
to do what they're supposed to do.
Yes. Makes them work efficiently.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Like, see how like this one is kind of broken apart?
Yep.
And this one is still stuck together. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how it arrives
They're freeze-dried
to you.
and
It's just a powder. And you don't have to use the whole thing. You might like take your EXO-Spot and then use, half of this bottle. Pour it in there, swirl it around gently. Don't like shake it like a jackhammer. Just, swirl it
Gentle
around
swirl.
lightly. Let it sit for a few minutes and you'll see it'll just go clear. You know
Sure.
it's ready to go. And then you can needle that into your scalp.
Very cool.
And I think that worked great for Johnny. And I know that it has worked for other people too.
Sure.
But he just happens to be the great photo that we have up there.
I mean, that's amazing.
And I love that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's so great. You want to send that in and put it on the
We
website?
talked about
He's
him
like,
in another podcast, and I remember
we mentioned him.
stating he was super excited about that.
He was. He's going to be famous now.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, good for you, Johnny. Now, what about our red light mask, our Solios?
Absolutely. Right? Anybody can use Anybody can use that.
Yeah.
You can use it on your face. There's the neck piece. You could put that on your head.
You certainly could.
Let's think, you've got damage on your head. You can totally just lay that right on your head.
Yeah.
It's going to
I always
hit everything.
leave my mask a little loose.
Yep.
I have a bed that, kind of raises up a little bit, so I kind of kick back my bed, watch TV, and I leave it kind of loose.
That's what I do.
But, my temple areas get, a little light in the hair area, from, getting my hair done every 5 weeks and things like that. So I think a lot of ladies have that, temporal hair loss a little bit. So it does help. Like I kind of pull my hair back, kind of tip the mask up a little bit, make sure it's getting all those areas. But
exactly. Well, and we have our cap coming soon.
I was just going to ask about that. Where are we at?
Very, very soon. It's already been, I know it's in production.
Cool.
So we're talking a matter of, maybe a month or two, because it, takes a little bit of time. But
that's exciting.
Then we will have that, and that has just like our mask. It has the lasers in it, and it has all the different red lights. The only thing that it doesn't have, it is very specific, is I think it doesn't have the 1072 because that is not where your follicles are. Oh. Like it's like how the different numbers go, how deep they go, and like we like the 1072 on our face. That's like the newest infrared. And I wanted to put it on the cap, and I was like, oh, can we put the 1072? Honestly, he goes, you don't want to. He goes, because that 1072, he goes, hits deeper than where your follicles start.
Okay.
And he goes, that's not helping to stimulate this. He goes, we want the one that, I think it was the 850
surface.
or something like that. He goes, we need one that hits where that is. He goes, that's not going to help with hair growth. And that's what, obviously, our cap's going to focus on. But yeah, that'll be coming soon too. So good to mention it here because who knows when you're going to be watching this video.
Absolutely.
We could have had it for 3 years now that you saw this.
And I guarantee once we get it, we will drop a link below.
Yeah, we can totally do
For
that.
sure.
But in the meantime, yeah, you could always take your mask and, pop it on top of your head. It's not as convenient or as
Yes.
easy, but if you're just laying in your bed, what's it matter?
Right, absolutely. I know when our very first mask came out, my brother, who has a full head of hair, but again, he's making sure, he keeps his full head of hair.
Yeah.
And he got one of the little caps, and I
Yes.
was comparing, it was when our Illuminate mask was new. So I was comparing all the specs of his, cap to our mask, and they were identical.
Yep.
And I was like, wow.
It's just
this
a
is
matter of
cool.
the shape of it. And
Yeah.
just use it how you will.
That's
the caps
awesome.
are cool, though, because, you can walk around. Nobody knows
Nobody
that there's
knows.
lights going on
Easy.
under there. Nobody has any clue.
That's cool.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that too. Cool.
So I don't know. Is there anything else? Can you think of as Darren as a guy? Like anything else that you're
Darren's
wondering
got a
about?
nice, luscious, full set of hair over there.
So yeah.
Yeah, I don't think about that, but I think the hardest thing as a man, and this is the year that I've really started to do it, is the SPF. It is.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's starting to become a habit. It started with boating, where I would wear a lot of body SPF.
Oh, yeah.
But now, if I go for a walk, I like to walk a lot, so
Yeah.
I walk an hour a day, and
Sure.
I put SPF everywhere.
True.
So I don't mess around. I don't use it every day as much as I should, but
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, at least I'm like, when I'm out in it,
Yeah.
I'm wearing SPF.
Yeah, you're
Just
mindful
like
of
I
it.
really got pigmentation on my cheek when I lived in Florida.
Yeah.
So I'm like very cognizant of it now. Like,
Yeah.
I probably should work on this.
Right. Hindsight's always 20/20, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is. But, I think if they just do the simple things,
Yes.
to reiterate, wash your face with a good acid cleanser,
Yep.
exfoliate, you'll be nice and smooth. If you have pigmentation, put something like Fade Bright or Cell and Tell on. If that's not a concern and you just don't want to put a moisturizer on, then just put your SPF on.
Sure.
SPF is pretty moisturizing.
Yeah.
It's almost that you feel like you put a moisturizer on.
Yeah.
So there you go. If that's your day, that's your day.
There
If
you go.
not, there's that vitamin B we're talking about that everybody likes. My
Yes.
husband loves the vitamin B mixed with emo oil. Whatever works
Yeah.
for you. Just something simple. Just do something.
Yes.
And use a retinoid at night. I mean, that's your one active.
Yeah.
Use a retinoid. Retinoids are so powerful. And start with our Fusion A 0.15, maybe 3 times per week, and then add on, an extra day as your skin tolerates. It could take you, 2-3 months before you're
Right.
putting it on every night, but that should be your goal,
Yeah.
and that will really get your skin looking good. If
Now,
you
if
need to
pigmentation is their issue, it'd be what? Fade Bright, Cell and Tell.
Fade Bright, Cell and Tell.
Yep.
And vitamin B actually
Yeah.
is even beneficial
Yeah, that
too.
B
'cause that's
complex is
resveratrol
good
and
all
stuff.
around.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good for everybody and everything. Yeah, that's the one that I use too.
Yeah. Well, if you think of something that we haven't addressed here, feel free to reach out to us at support@platinumskincare.com.
Yep, if you're social, visit us on Facebook. And we have our group, Platinum Skincare Gurus. There's over 46,000 people in that group. So somebody's asked the question.
Oh, yeah.
You can search, you can find it, you can ask more questions.
Right? Yeah.
Call
Our
us.
phone number. Yeah,
We actually
800
passed 47,000.
47,000.
Oh my gosh, see, I didn't even look.
I just see that.
It
Yeah,
was
47.
close.
Okay, wow.
It was close the other day, that's right.
Okay, phone number.
Phone number.
800-917-3155.
Yes, we hope to talk to you soon.
Thanks.